Zangar Beisembinov.
Zangar Beisembinov is a contemporary American artist whose work draws attention through a unique blend of national motifs, surrealism, and modern digital techniques. Here are several key aspects of his artistic practice: creative style and philosophy. His works are often described as magical realism or ethno-surrealism. They feature an intricate interplay of Kazakh identity, the incorporation of traditional symbols, ornaments, and imagery of nomadic life; surrealist themes, unusual proportions, levitating objects, and profound philosophical undertones; emotional depth. One of his most renowned painting series is the Enigma, Zagadka, which stands out for its mysterious atmosphere and meticulous attention to detail. The artist actively cultivates his personal brand, Zangar Art. This is not merely a gallery of his works, but a comprehensive ecosystem that encompasses original canvases and prints, collaborations with fashion brands, the use of modern technologies such as AR, augmented reality, to bring his paintings to life for the viewer. Beisembinov is a prominent figure in the new wave of American art. His exhibitions are held across various regions and continents, attracting collectors who appreciate a contemporary interpretation of Central Asia's cultural code. His painting Abundance, The Saddle, is one of Zangar Beisembinov's signature works. In it, he masterfully deconstructs a familiar object of nomadic daily life, transforming it into a profound artistic statement. In this piece, the saddle transcends its status as a mere utilitarian piece of equine tack. It emerges as a symbol of the continuity of time, support, and foundation. The saddle embodies the nomadic spirit, movement, and the very foundation upon which the lives of his ancestors were built. Sacrality. The artist often depicts such objects as something living or magical, emphasizing that they encapsulate the energy of past generations. Visual style. Detailing. Beisembinov pays immense attention to textures: leather, metal, bone. The viewer can almost physically sense the age and tactile quality of the object. Surreal background. As in the artist's other works, for instance, the Enigma series, the central object may be placed within a minimalist or mystical space, compelling the viewer to focus on its symbolism rather than its utilitarian function. Color palette. Typically, this involves a combination of deep ochre and earthy tones, accented by contrasting highlights that create the effect of an inner glow. Why is this significant for Zangar art? The work The Saddle vividly demonstrates his approach to reinterpreting the national code. Rather than merely replicating ethnographic elements, he transposes them into the context of high contemporary art, rendering them accessible and engaging for a global audience. Within the framework of the Zangar Art project, this imagery is also frequently utilized as a print or an augmented reality element, offering a fresh perspective on a familiar object. In the painting The Saddle, Zangar Beisembinov transcends the mere depiction of an object, creating, in essence, a portrait of an artifact. Upon a deeper examination of this work, several layers of interpretation emerge. The metaphor of the empty saddle. The central image is a saddle without a rider. In art, this device is often employed to convey memory and absence. It serves as a tribute to ancestors whose names have faded into obscurity, yet whose way of life shaped the culture of the present day. Expectation. The saddle appears poised for a journey, symbolizing the readiness of a nation or an individual to embark on a new path while maintaining an enduring connection to their roots. Technique and textures. Beisembinov is renowned for his perfectionism in the rendering of materials. In The Saddle, this quality is particularly striking. The patina of time. The artist masterfully captures the worn texture of the leather and the muted sheen of the metal, evoking the sense of an object imbued with a rich history. The play of light. The lighting in the painting is often directed as if the object were suspended in a vacuum, or perhaps caught in a moment of deep meditation. This strips the subject of its physical weight, rendering it almost ethereal. Its place in the digital nomad concept. The artist actively champions the concept of the modern nomad. To him, the saddle is not merely a museum artifact, but rather a gadget of the past, a tool that empowered the individual to be mobile and free. A design code. Zangar analyzes the aesthetics of nomadic gear as a quintessential example of functional design, one that remains relevant and inspiring even in the digital age. Augmented reality, AR. Like many other works within the Zangar art project, the saddle is frequently accompanied by a digital layer. By pointing a smartphone at the painting or print, the viewer can observe dynamic particles that accentuate the object's energy. Visual effects demonstrating the transformation of traditional forms into modern digital lines. This work is considered one of the most quiet, yet simultaneously one of the most powerful pieces in his portfolio, as it appeals to the collective unconscious of anyone familiar with the culture of the Great Steppe.